Good day, and thank you for joining CivilNet. When you think about festivals and art in Armenia, I mean, you can usually not leave out ReAnimania, the animation festival that's been going on for the 7th year now. My guest today is Vesh Kasuni. He's the founding director of the beloved animation festival in Armenia. Thank you for joining us, Vesh, today. So you had a press conference earlier in the day, and you announced that there will be a crowdfunding campaign for this year's ReAnimania. This is something that worried me, not knowing as to why is ReAnimania an established, successful festival, something Armenia takes pride in, crowdfunding. However, you put me at ease a little bit before this conversation, but again, why would a successful, established festival resort to crowdfunding?
First of all, thank you for having me. And let's start from the beginning. I would like to underline the fact that if there was a Indiegogo or Kickstarter back 10 years ago, or maybe there were, but it wasn't familiar for us. So we definitely I was going to use that opportunity to use that back in 2007 and 2008. Now, why we are doing it now? Because, as you mentioned, the festival is already established. The establishment doesn't come only with financial support. It comes with the festival's organizational work and selecting films and every year growing filmmaker submissions of filmmakers to the festival, and with serious programs that we are adding every year, which contribute in the developing and achieving the industry in Armenia and the skills in Armenia. This is the main thing that we can loudly say that it's established. Why it's financially, we would say it's not established. That's another, the other side, and the most important part now in the case. Because of that, we started with crowdfunding this time and this year on the 8th edition of the festival. Because there is a fact that the budget of the Ministry of Culture for last, at least from the day that the ReAnimania started or began, it didn't grow that much that to support the ReAnimania more, even though we know personally that the government and the Ministry of Culture especially, they love ReAnimania and they would like to support, but the budget is not growing as far as we know. So
but the festival is growing, the budget is not.
Yes.
So far.
The festival is growing because we contribute because of the personal contribution that we have in the team of ReAnimania for last 10 years, I would say, because the festival started since 2006 to organize or to start with the festival. It's not a one day or one night work to establish this festival. So the financial issue is very important for us to grow, and we are growing. I will give you only one example now. Last year in 2015, we had only 1,250 submissions from 90 countries, which was a big establishment for us and success, because the year before it was 950. This year in 2016, we have 2,200 submissions, almost twice as much than last year. It's a big success, and that's also worried us a little bit, because we have to work more with a little team, a small team that we have. But the main reason of fundraising or the crowdfunding in this case, it's fact that, and everybody knows, the festival being supported from the public in general for last 10 years, and our audience being very supportive, and still they are supportive, and helping the festival to successfully establish and take place every year. And among audience, we have a lot of businessmen and friends. They are supporting the festival, and but this time we went online. there's a little bit difference. Yes.
So it's more like publicly people are taking ownership of something very positive happening in the country. There's this social, psychological thing in it. So, but I wanted to ask you, from the first days of its inception, not even establishment, how has the mission of the festival changed? Well, I would imagine that first time the priority would have been, oh, let the audience in Armenia see world-class animation that otherwise they wouldn't be able to. Now I imagine that's not an issue with everything being online, more internet accessibility. How has your mission changed?
The mission, actually, it's the same from the very beginning, because yes, one of the aims was to screen the most latest new movies on the market for our audience and professionals and public. So they won't wait another year. They come online and then they watch it. I want them or my colleagues to be updated always, to see the latest movies, to meet also the directors instead of reading about them only, and trying to contact them if they were trying, so they can now meet them face to face. But one of the most important thing that our program, it was the educational, and this educational program, it's under the umbrella of the Marani and the workshops that we do, Market of Animation. We have almost more than 200 students and professionals. They participate in these workshops every year, free of charges, of course. And this is one of the most important missions that we have. There are many missions that we had from the beginning announced, but step by step we were trying to establish. The workshops and screenings were established from the very beginning. Networking is also kind of established, because we support everyone to contact anyone they wanted that we have, if we have the contact, producers and etc. Besides, we helped those back in 2008-9 our local professionals to get in touch with the international festivals through our festival guide on the website, because many festivals weren't familiar to our locals, so local colleagues. After 2 years, 3 years, now everybody is through Facebook or through the social medias. It's now much easier, I think, but we were helpful in the beginning. But one of the most important, again, target or missions that we have to create a market of animation, Marani, which we tried it in 2010. Boutique one, and then we were waiting for a few years so we can establish the other important programs in the festival, so then we start with this. And I think the time is helping us as well, because now, as you know, we have Miss Tiziana Loshki from the previous director of NSC. She was on the board of ReAnimania from very beginning, and now last 2 years she left the job after 17 years in NSC International Animation Festival, and she is now joining us to create the market of animation, Marani, in Armenia. Helping us and working with us with her all professional baggage, let's say.
I got to ask you, market of animation, I mean, could you open the parentheses here to...
The market of animation will be kind of exhibition, first of all, on the first level, inviting international studios and companies who not only produce films, but also produce let's say tools for animation, or sell agents or producers or buyers to the region. So it will become a kind of midpoint for regional and also international professionals who are not able to meet, for example, in Ottawa International Film Festival or in Annecy or in China or etc. So it will be kind of a new midpoint for all professionals around the world or from the region to meet in Yerevan, in Armenia, every year. So this is the first level. The second one, it will give also a chance for our local producers, investors, creative teams, and also IT people who are involved in creating softwares in animation, game developing, etc., to exhibit their own skills and their own products for international buyers or sell agents. So this is going to be established step by step, and the budget or the money that we are looking for to collect from the crowdfunding partly will go to be spent on this project, with help, as I mentioned before earlier, with Ms. Tiziana Loshki.
So what's the overall budget that would make this happen?
The overall budget we are looking for now is $150,000, which will cover between 2016 and 2017 establishment of this Marani market of animation.
So the Marani thing was all. What factors taking into consideration was it considered that it would be a successful venture for Armenia? Geographical location, IT industry, artistic potential. I mean, I'm answering, I think.
Yes, you are almost answering the question yourself, because that's right. I mean, you have the absolutely the right direction to this question, which is, as you said, let's say, first of all, the IT field is growing, and it's not a secret for us that Armenia is playing a major role in IT field today, which also now I think the time for IT people also to get involved in animation industry. And there are a lot of Armenian in diaspora. They are working in the creating tools for 3D and 2D animation programs. Plus, we have the talent, we have the skills that we are growing every year. We have many factors in the last 10 years that have been helping to grow more in animation field. And from producing animation films, we are becoming industry. Because producing, every two person can come together and produce a short project, but to create an industry needs more money, more investment in it. And Animation Film Festival can do that, can create this platform where people can come together, pitch projects, introduce the latest investment in the field or creative investment in the field, and they can find their future partners, future investors in the project through the Marani market of animation. We will be able, because of our huge, big international networking today we have, to invite these people to come here, as I said before, to create this midpoint where can meet not only international, they can meet together, but with the local. So it will open a new window for our local industry, to our local colleagues, to open into the world with kind of real people meeting face to face. It's not only emailing, it's not only sending a message that we want to cooperate, but you can meet and talk with them. This is very important, because any project or any producer, if you want to meet or you want to show their project, the first thing they will come on their mind, I want to see this person in person, so I can understand how real this project is, because the pitching program, the pitching is most important thing in it. And the exhibition or the market of animation, we will have different levels in it. Besides the exhibition, the workshops will continue. We want to create pitching sessions, cooperating with international associations and institutions, where we can invite experts or investors even, so project holders can pitch. And of course, our dream is to invite international, very well-known companies. But this will come step by step in the next coming years, because it won't happen in one day, but we want to start with a small step. 10 years ago, when I was pitching about ReAnimania as a festival, before even I didn't know the name yet, all I knew I had in my mind was Animation Film Festival. It was in 2006 and 2007 in Cannes Festival and Dubai. I was pitching about the festival, and some believed me and some didn't understand how it's going to grow. Even I pitched it for local colleagues here, and they would say, "Oh, it's an interesting project, but how it's going to grow. Work? But now it has at least 15 programs in the festival. So I'm sure that in the next 5 years, Marani, or Market of Animation, will do a great job in that.
Okay, speaking of growth, and this would be my last question for today, how did the animation industry or the film industry as well, in this sense, catch up with the technological advancement or the ID advancement that's so noticeable in Armenia? These are two sectors of art forms that are directly related to the technological advancement, and yet affected but not enough to develop. Is that the sense you get as well? They don't rub off, like technological advancement hasn't rubbed off into the...
No, there's a big development in the animation industry in Armenia. There are many studios we don't know, they do outsourcing. They don't necessarily produce for Armenia, but they do outsourcing. I don't want to mention names in case if I forgot one. I don't want to give credit only for one person or one studio.
So Armenia is a source of, people are outsourcing animation work to Armenia
and with a huge number of people they are working in the industry now outsourcing. And back in 2009 there was only 1 or 2. But now we have at least 10 or 15 studios. They are we know that they are outsourcing and working with international TV series, etc. One important thing also regarding this, the IT field is as technology as they developed a lot of softwares and programs for animation, it made it very easy for young people to test and try their skills and their strengths in animation, and that's why we see now more young people are coming in. And also ReAnimania as a festival been very there was a kind of enthusiasm in 2009. We were losing that in 2009 or 2008, the international economical problems, etc. But later, with the Animation Film Festival, with the guests, these young people been more enthusiastic and came in there. But last thing I want to mention, with this budget, we also want to create a fund where we will support young filmmakers who will approach with talent hunting program, which we tested before with support of different partners. But with partly of this budget also will go for producing new films with young people. So we will have pitching process from young people. They will apply, they will have the chance to apply with their projects. And if we like the project and our experts, if they like the project, we will give them money and support them. And at least 1 or 2 projects a year. So definitely this money will help in developing not only the festival, as a festival or inviting guests, but in developing the industry for Armenia and for the region 100%.
Thank you very much, and we'll be looking to hearing more good news about animation in Armenia and the region. And we thank the viewers for joining us as well. Stay with CivilNet for more interviews and day-to-day news.